Morning and welcome to Friday's Kerry's Full Breakfast. It is the 26th of July. It's payday. Oh, it's been a long month. It's going to be a long month actually, but it's all good, lads, because as you can see, big sleepy head in me. I'm in good form today though. I don't know, is it just because it's Friday or whatever, but I did wake up at one point. It was probably around 2:45 this morning, and I was like, oh yeah, Saturday, brilliant. And then it kind of hit, and I was like, oh wait, no. One more day to go. I look forward to Saturday morning to see because I've got this sleep in, so it's good. But anyway, look, we're here. It's all good. Got a busy show coming up between now and 9 o'clock this morning. Weather today is going to be mixed again. It's a bit grey and dull out there now. We will see a mix of sunny spells, certainly into the afternoon and the evening. But there'll also be a few showers in parts this morning. It's quite breezy out there as well today. And highest temperatures again, kind of around the same 19 to 21 degrees in places, all right? Papers today. The Irish Daily Mail on the front page says, I don't want a free ride. Restaurateur Ryan and his wife Pamela Flood agreed to turn over the keys to a private equity fund, but are now battling to stay in modest Clontarf 4-bed. Restaurateur Ronan Ryan and his wife Pamela Flood have told the court that they do not want a free ride or a free home. That's on the front page of the Irish Daily Mail this morning. The Sun says, horror crash fury. Davy must pay for what she did to our boys. Mum of twins raging after RTE doc. And this is a mum, Moran, whose twin lads were two of the boys featured in the documentary. Well, their faces were blurred, but I'm sure she could tell it was her sons in the programme on RTE Investigates on, what do we know, Wednesday night. I watched it yesterday. Shocking stuff, all right. I hadn't seen it on Wednesday night, so I watched it yesterday, and it is fairly shocking stuff, all right. I don't have kids, so I can only imagine anybody who has children who sends their child out to creche every day would be feeling after watching that. But can I just say as well, by the way, because I know people who work in creches and they're absolutely amazing. That doesn't go on in every single creche. That's clearly just a very small minority there. But that's on the front page of the Irish Sun there this morning. The Examiner then says, a report verifies prison spying claims. Prison boss Karen McCaffrey has said that she was deeply concerned and disappointed at findings of covert surveillance conducted by some prison officers within her security unit. Mass times have been altered for the All-Ireland semi-final. Ahead of this weekend's matches, two villages have been granted special dispensation to change mass times to avoid a clash with the match. This is evening services in Atay and Templeglanton in Limerick will change their mass to suit the Kilkenny-Limerick game, which is on at 6 o'clock on Saturday evening. And this is also a Limerick story, and probably about time as well. They're now telling us that the €300 million N21 bypass will now be fast-tracked with the news that Adare Manor will get the Ryder Cup in 2026. So the €300 million Adare bypass is expected now as a result of the announcement. So, excuse me. So that's good news. Apologies. Yawning again. Top trends this morning. This is a mad story. So Mesut Ozil and Kolasinac, the two Arsenal players, they were caught on CCTV yesterday trying to defend themselves. They were coming out of one of the lads' houses and getting into Ozil's car when two men on a moped pulled up with knives and tried to rob them, essentially. So they get into the car, right? Ozil's wife was in the car with them. They drive off down the street. The boys in the moped follow them, and when the boys get stuck in traffic, they start baiting the windows with stones. Police were called. I'm not sure whether the men caught or will they be caught because they're wearing helmets in the CCTV shot. But that's quite terrifying. They're trying to rob them, and I think trying to rob a watch, off one of their hands. Obviously waiting on the two boys, but that's one of the top trends this morning. Jack Byrne is trending again. Same guy as last week. He's the Shamrock Rovers player. He was brilliant again last night and has kept Shamrock Rovers in pole position for another chance at the next round of the Europa League qualifying, so they'll play their second leg next week. Sockies 2019 is trending this morning. Those are the social media awards. We didn't win one. And Adare Manor is obviously trending as well, after it was confirmed yesterday that they will indeed host the Ryder Cup in 2026. So, putting the bypass aside, I was only saying this on the radio yesterday, and I said this on the video too. Adare Manor is only an hour's drive from here, right? So, whether you're a golf fan or not, this is going to be huge for Kerry, I think, because hotels will probably get a windfall from this, from people coming to stay and coming to go and watch it from both the US and Europe. Excuse me. Here we go again. So I think that's a pretty big deal, to be fair. Also, there's another story in the papers this morning. So you probably know this, that Britain has been going through, well, most of Europe has been going through this massive heat wave. And there was parts of Britain yesterday hitting 42 degrees. my brother-in-law sent me a picture of the radio in his van as he was sitting there, and it said 39 degrees in London yesterday. Well, this is a great story. A woman was spotted in East London with the best way to deal with the heat wave. She was wearing nothing but her shoes, and she strolled in her birthday suit proudly down the street. And more power to her. Fair play. That's the story in the papers this morning. Along with this is the world we live in now, right? What time? Are we okay for time? Yeah. This is the world we live in now, right? A male model on the run from police has sent in a selfie to his local newspaper after complaining that the mugshot that they're using was not flattering enough. This is the stupid world we live in now, where idiots like this fella, who's clearly on the run for reasons that were illegal for whatever reason, he's complaining that people are basically looking at a bad photograph of him. So he's like, I'll just correct you there, I'll send you a better shot of me. What a knob. And yeah, that's one of the other stories that I came across this morning. We might come back to that in the radio this morning. Competition time, by the way. Who's for Breakfast is worth €140, so we'll play that twice on the show this morning, with thanks to Moriarty, Centra and Central Car Sales in Farnfore. And seeing as it's payday, and you fancy buying yourself some concert tickets, I've got a pair of tickets to give away, if you'd like, to go along to our All-Star concert as well. So details of that are coming up on the show as well this morning. All right. So look, if you want to let me know what the plans are for the weekend, you can comment here as per usual. You can text or WhatsApp 083 300 3300. And I'm looking for suggestions, as I've said, for our weekend Rev Me Up, Get Me Going tune. Basically, there's only two rules on this. Rule number one, it has to be upbeat. And rule number two, it has to be cheesy. After that, it's all over to you. Text or WhatsApp or comment here any suggestions, and we'll get it on the radio on the show this morning. All right. Listen, enjoy your weekend. Have a brilliant one. And I'll talk to you live on the radio in about 2 minutes. Morning.